Do you ever feel like you're constantly battling distractions, struggling to truly focus on your creative work? It feels like your phone is always buzzing, emails are piling up, and your best ideas are just out of reach. What if there was a way to effortlessly enter a state of hyperfocus, where ideas flow freely and productivity soars? This isn't some magic trick. It's a very real cognitive state called flow, and today, we're going to reveal the neuroscience behind it. I'll give you actionable strategies to hack your brain for sustained, deep work and completely transform your creative output. Let's face it, we're living in an age of constant interruption. This is the deep work dilemma. Every notification, every open tab, every little distraction is a tiny paper cut to our focus. Over a day, these paper cuts add up, crushing our ability to do meaningful, creative work. This is where the concept of flow state comes in. Popularized by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, flow is that magical state where you're so engrossed in an activity that everything else just melts away. Time seems to distort, your sense of self vanishes, and you're performing at your absolute peak. It's the ultimate productivity hack for any creator, and the best part is, you don't have to wait for it to happen by chance, you can learn to trigger it. So what's actually happening inside your brain when you're in the zone? Let's decode the flow brain. When you enter a flow state, your brainwave patterns change. Specifically, you see a surge in alpha and theta waves. Alpha waves are associated with a relaxed, calm state of mind, while theta waves are linked to creativity and that twilight state between waking and sleeping. This combination quiets the noisy, critical parts of your brain, particularly the prefrontal cortex. This is a process called transient hypofrontality. Essentially, your inner critic, your self-consciousness, and your sense of time all get turned down. This allows other parts of your brain, the ones responsible for creativity and expert skills, to run the show without interference. But it's not just about brainwaves, it's also about neurochemicals. Your brain gets a perfect cocktail of performance-enhancing chemicals. Dopamine is released, which increases focus, motivation, and makes the task feel rewarding. Norepinephrine sharpens your attention, filtering out irrelevant stimuli. Then there's anandamide, often called the bliss molecule, which promotes creative thinking and reduces anxiety. Finally, endorphins are released, giving you that feeling of euphoria and blocking out pain or discomfort. It's your brain's built-in system for peak performance, a neurochemical symphony that makes deep work feel effortless and incredibly satisfying. Now for the practical part. How do we actually trigger this amazing state? It starts with hacking your environment. These are your external catalysts. Your physical space is crucial. You need to create a fortress of focus. This means decluttering your desk, putting your phone in another room or on silent, and signaling to your brain that this space is for deep work only. The biggest enemy of flow is context switching. Every time you check an email or glance at a notification, you break your focus and have to start over. This is why single tasking is non-negotiable. Close all unnecessary tabs, turn off all notifications. Give yourself a dedicated, uninterrupted block of time. Another key trigger is setting a clear, well-defined goal for your work session. Vague goals like work on my project are a recipe for distraction. Instead, be specific. Write 500 words of the chapter or edit the first 2 minutes of the video. Crucially, this goal must hit the sweet spot of challenge. If the task is too easy, you'll get bored. If it's too hard, you'll get anxious. The flow channel lies right in the middle, where the challenge of the task perfectly matches your current skill level. This balance creates a compelling pull that draws you into the work and keeps you there. Of course, flow isn't just about what's outside of you. It's also about your internal architecture. Your mindset is everything. You have to learn to embrace the process itself, rather than being obsessed with the final outcome. When you find joy in the act of creating, in the puzzle solving, in the simple act of doing the work, flow becomes much more accessible. Cultivate a positive internal dialogue. Instead of beating yourself up for a mistake, see it as a learning opportunity. This reduces the anxiety that can kick you out of a flow state. To help shift your mindset, develop a pre-flow ritual. This is a short, consistent routine you do right before a deep work session. It signals to your brain that it's time to focus. This could be anything from a 5-minute meditation session to clear your mind, some focused breathing exercises to calm your nervous system, or even just making a cup of tea and listening to a specific song. The ritual itself doesn't matter as much as its consistency. It's like a warm-up for your brain, helping it downshift from the frantic beta brainwaves of daily life into the calm, focused alpha and theta waves of flow. And remember, skill mastery plays a huge role. The better you are at something, the easier it is to enter flow while doing it. So continuous learning and deliberate practice aren't just for improving your craft. They're for making peak performance a more regular part of your life. So you found your flow amazing, but how do you stay there? Distractions will inevitably try to pull you out. You'll feel the urge to check your phone, or a random thought will pop into your head. The key is to recognize this resistance without judgment. Have a notepad next to you. If an unrelated thought appears, jot it down to deal with later, and then gently guide your attention back to the task. Don't fight the distraction, just acknowledge it and let it go. It's also critical to understand the recharge imperative. Flow is an energy-intensive state. You can't sustain it for 8 hours straight. That's why strategic breaks are crucial for maintaining your capacity for flow over time. The Pomodoro technique, working in focused 25-minute bursts with 5-minute breaks, can be great. Or maybe you prefer longer 90-minute sessions followed by a 20-minute break. During your breaks, do something that completely detaches you from the work. Go for a walk, stretch, or just stare out the window. This allows your brain to recover and consolidate information, making your next flow session even more effective. The final step is to integrate these principles into your daily creative workflow. Schedule your deep work sessions like you would any important meeting. Protect that time fiercely. Experiment with different triggers and rituals to find what works best for you. Keep track of your successes. Notice when you enter flow most easily. Was it the time of day, the type of task, the pre-flow ritual you used? By consciously practicing these techniques, you can move from accidentally stumbling into flow to deliberately creating the conditions for it every single day. You'll produce more high-impact work, feel more fulfilled in your creative process, and truly unlock your brain's amazing potential. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on creativity and productivity. I'd love to hear in the comments what your biggest struggle with focus is, or if you have any rituals that help you get in the zone. See you in the next one.